When a cat chooses you, it's not a random act. According to Shi Heng Yi, a revered Shaolin master known for his deep insights into energy and consciousness, this connection runs far deeper than chance. Over his decades of teaching and spiritual practice, Shi Heng Yi often spoke about the profound role animals, especially cats, play in our lives. He believed cats have a unique sensitivity to vibrational energies that humans rarely perceive. In his teachings, he described how cats are drawn to individuals whose energy they can balance, heal, or awaken, forming bonds that go beyond what we typically understand as companionship. Shi Heng Yi taught that cats are among the most spiritually attuned creatures, existing partly in realms beyond our own. He explained that their heightened perception allows them to see energetic fields and subtle entities invisible to us. This ability lets them seek out humans whose energy aligns with their own or who need the specific frequency a cat carries. It's as if they're guided by an unseen force to find those they're meant to help. This idea isn't new, it's woven into ancient traditions across the globe, giving weight to Shi Heng Yi's perspective. Take ancient Egypt, where cats were seen as sacred, linked to the divine through the goddess Batet, who embodied protection, fertility, and harmony. Families mourned their cats passing with rituals like mummification, and archaeological finds reveal vast cat cemeteries, showing just how deeply revered they were. In Japan, cats are guardians against malevolent spirits. The maneki neko, or beckoning cat, is a symbol of prosperity and safety. Japanese tales describe cats shape-shifting to protect their families from supernatural threats. Celtic lore, too, portrays cats as mystical beings, tied to the other world and guarding the boundaries between realms, often alongside the goddess Saradwen, a figure of transformation and magic. Shi Heng Yi brought a fresh lens to these ancient beliefs. He taught that cats carry memories of past lives more vividly than humans, recognizing souls they've known before. When a cat enters your life unexpectedly and refuses to leave, it's not just looking for a meal or a warm spot. Shi Heng Yi suggested it's responding to a higher call, sensing something in your soul that needs healing, protection, or awakening. This connection happens in what he called the superconscious, a layer of awareness tied to universal consciousness, far beyond our everyday senses. This timing is rarely random. People often notice cats appearing during moments of profound change or spiritual growth. Maybe you were grieving, facing a tough decision, or starting a new practice like meditation. Shi Heng Yi explained that cats sense shifts in your energy field, signaling when you're ready for their influence. In one story from his teachings, a man navigating a painful loss found a stray cat lingering at his doorstep. Shi Heng Yi revealed that the cat was drawn to the energetic void left by his grief, offering balancing energies to guide him through healing. This isn't an isolated case, countless people share similar stories of cats arriving exactly when they're needed most. Cats, in Shi Heng Yi's view, are natural energy healers. Their ability to sense and correct imbalances in our energy fields works on physical, emotional, and spiritual levels. Their purring, for example, vibrates at 25 to 150 Hz, a frequency modern science confirms promotes healing in bones, muscles, and tissues. These vibrations reduce inflammation and trigger healing hormones, benefiting both the cat and those nearby. Shi Heng Yi noted that this purring harmonizes discordant energies in the body, particularly calming the nervous system and supporting hormonal balance. It's why cats often curl up on your chest or near areas of pain, they're instinctively targeting where energy is blocked. Shi Heng Yi emphasized that a cat's healing goes beyond the physical. Their purring doesn't just mend bones, it soothes the mind and spirit, too. He taught that the rhythmic vibrations of a cat's purr can align human brain waves, creating calmer, more coherent patterns. This reduces anxiety and sharpens mental clarity. Modern studies back this up, showing that cat purring lowers blood pressure, cuts stress hormones, and boosts endorphins. Shi Heng Yi attributed these effects to the cat's ability to harmonize our energy fields, creating a sense of balance that feels almost magical. He also spoke about the electromagnetic properties of cats. Their fur, he explained, generate subtle charges that interact with our biofield, the energy surrounding our bodies. This interaction clears static buildup in our energy, unclogging the flow of life force through our subtle channels. It's like a reset for your system. This explains why stroking a cat can feel so grounding, as if they're quietly recalibrating your energy. Shi Heng Yi's insights find echoes in modern stories of cats detecting illness. Take Oscar, a nursing home cat in Rhode Island, who could sense when residents were near death, offering comfort in their final moments. Staff relied on his uncanny accuracy to alert families. Or consider cases where cats persistently paw at specific spots on their owners' bodies, leading to discoveries of tumors or cancers. One woman found a malignant breast tumor after her cat repeatedly kneaded the same area. Shi Heng Yi would say the cat wasn't detecting the physical issue but the energetic disturbance it caused. Cats, he taught, are drawn to imbalances in the etheric body, the vital energy layer that surrounds us. Disruptions here often show up before physical symptoms, letting cats act as early warning systems. For those with chronic conditions, Shi Heng Yi suggested a cat's presence works like a steady healer. By simply sharing space, they absorb and transmute discordant energies, a process he likened to energetic filtration. People with fibromyalgia, autoimmune disorders, or chronic pain often report symptom relief after a cat enters their life. Shi Heng Yi saw this as the cat restoring balance to their energy patterns over time. It's not just about purring or cuddling, it's a deeper, ongoing recalibration. Emotionally, cats are guardians, drawn to those grappling with grief, depression, or trauma. Shi Heng Yi described them as sensing the energetic signature of a broken heart, compelled to mend tears in the emotional body, a subtle field holding our emotional imprints. When this field is damaged by loss or pain, it creates energy vacuums that drain vitality. Cats, he taught, step in to fill these voids with their stabilizing energy. In one teaching, he shared the story of a widow whose stray cat appeared after her partner's death. The cat, he explained, was drawn to the energetic gap her grief created, offering energies to seal those wounds and prevent further depletion. This explains why cats often show up during emotional crises. Their sensitivity to energy disruptions acts like a beacon, guiding them to those who need them. Different cats carry unique energetic signatures, which is why certain cats connect with specific people or emotional states. Modern research supports this, showing pet interaction lowers cortisol and raises oxytocin, reducing stress and boosting connection. One study even found cat owners have a 30% lower risk of heart attacks, partly due to this calming effect. But Shi Heng Yi went further, suggesting cats don't just comfort, they transmute heavy emotions, acting as energetic alchemists. Their purring breaks up stuck emotional energy, freeing it to flow and heal, preventing it from manifesting as physical illness. Shi Heng Yi's teachings dive deep into how cats help process emotions, describing a process he called vibrational entrainment. This is where a cat's stable, balanced energy field helps sync up a person's chaotic emotions to a healthier rhythm. When you're overwhelmed, simply petting your cat can bring almost instant relief. Shi Heng Yi would say this isn't just comfort, it's your energy aligning with the cat's calming frequency. Cats seem to know exactly when you're struggling, showing up to offer their presence right when you need it most. This uncanny timing, he explained, comes from their ability to sense disruptions in your emotional body before you're even fully aware of them. This makes cats incredible allies for those who struggle to process emotions. If you're dealing with depression or anxiety, Shi Heng Yi taught that a cat's steady presence acts like an energetic anchor, keeping your emotions from spiraling further. Their consistent, grounding influence is like a metronome, helping you find a stable rhythm. For trauma survivors, cats offer something unique, healing that respects boundaries. Unlike human interactions, which can feel intrusive, a cat's quiet companionship provides comfort without pressure. Shi Heng Yi noted this is especially powerful for those whose wounds involve broken trust, as cats heal gently, at your pace. Beyond emotions, Shi Heng Yi saw cats as messengers between realms. He taught that they exist in both physical and spiritual dimensions at once, perceiving realities we can't. This dual awareness lets them act as conduits for spiritual guidance. You've probably seen your cat stare at nothing or react to invisible movements. Shi Heng Yi urged us not to dismiss these quirks. He believed they're responding to spiritual entities or energy patterns, signaling something significant in your environment. Paying attention to when and where these behaviors happen, he said, can reveal insights about your spiritual path. Cats don't just notice these energies, they sometimes channel them. Shi Heng Yi explained that a cat's physical form makes spiritual influences more tangible, stepping down subtle energies to frequencies we can sense. This creates a resonant field between you and the cat, allowing an exchange of energy and information that supports both your spiritual journeys. This resonance is why some people feel telepathic bonds with their cats or notice strange synchronicities after one enters their life. It's not imagination, it's a soul-level connection bypassing normal senses. When a cat chooses you, life often shifts. People report new perspectives, solutions to problems, or decisions that lead to better paths. Shi Heng Yi taught these changes aren't random but stem from the cat's influence, channeling spiritual guidance to spark transformation. In one of his stories, a woman struggling with a major decision found a stray cat that wouldn't leave her side. Soon after, vivid dreams offered clear guidance. Shi Heng Yi explained the cat was a bridge for spiritual messages that couldn't reach her scattered energy before. Cats often arrive during transitions, job changes, breakups, or spiritual awakenings, when your energy field is open to their catalytic presence. Their mysterious behaviors, like staring into empty corners or sudden alertness, reflect interactions with energies we can't see. Shi Heng Yi suggested cats track thought forms or emotional energies you project, making invisible patterns visible through their actions. He also described them as guardians of etheric gateways, places where the veil between dimensions thins. Cats gravitate to these spots in your home, regulating the energy flow, which is why they might sleep in odd places that seem uncomfortable. They're not just napping, they're working on an energetic level to keep things balanced. Shi Heng Yi taught that cats often choose people who are on the cusp of a psychic awakening, even if they're unaware of it. Their presence helps ground and stabilize this expanding awareness, easing the disorientation that can come with newly opened spiritual perception. Many who develop intuitive or psychic abilities say a cat showed up just before these gifts started to surface, acting as a steady companion through the transition. Shi Heng Yi saw this as no coincidence. Cats are drawn to those whose energy fields are shifting, ready to support their spiritual evolution. This role extends to the dream world, too. Shi Heng Yi explained that cats stabilize your energy body during sleep, creating a clearer channel for spiritual guidance through dreams. If you've ever noticed more vivid or meaningful dreams when your cat sleeps nearby, this might be why. Their influence calms the subtle energies active during sleep, making it easier to receive insights from higher realms. It's like they're quietly guarding your spiritual journey, even while you rest. Perhaps the most profound of Shi Heng Yi's teachings is the idea of soul contracts between humans and cats. He believed that before we incarnate, our souls make agreements with others, human and animal, to meet at specific points in life to support each other's growth. These pre-birth pacts create energetic signatures, allowing souls to recognize one another in physical form, even if our conscious minds forget. This explains why some people, even those who never liked cats, feel an instant, undeniable bond with a specific feline. That sense of, "this cat was meant for me," comes from a soul-level promise made long ago. In one of Shi Heng Yi's teachings, he shared the story of a woman who had always avoided cats but found herself drawn to a stray that appeared at her door. He revealed their connection stemmed from a soul contract formed lifetimes earlier, where the cat's spirit had guided her through a moment of crisis. In this life, their bond was meant to awaken her spiritual awareness while offering the cat a safe, trusting environment for its own evolution. These contracts often carry specific purposes that unfold slowly, shaping your life in ways you might not notice for years. Shi Heng Yi believed these soul connections can span multiple lifetimes, with cats and humans reuniting across incarnations. That immediate familiarity when a cat chooses you, the feeling that you've known each other forever, stems from this timeless recognition. Your souls remember, even if your mind doesn't. In some cases, he taught, cats incarnate specifically to help resolve unfinished spiritual business from past lives. Their energy or behavior acts like a key, unlocking memories or emotions tied to old karmic patterns, helping you heal or integrate parts of yourself left behind. Some soul contracts go even deeper. Shi Heng Yi described how certain cats agree to take on aspects of a person's karmic burden, processing heavy energies that would be too overwhelming for the human to handle directly. This might explain why some cats develop illnesses that mirror their owner's struggles. They're literally absorbing and transmuting those energies through their own bodies. It's a sacrificial act, reflecting the depth of their spiritual partnership with you. The moment a cat chooses you often feels electric, like a spark of recognition that defies logic. Shi Heng Yi called this a superconscious connection, an awareness beyond everyday thought, rooted in the soul's understanding of its purpose. You don't choose the cat, and it's not just choosing you. It's fulfilling a promise made before either of you took physical form, a bond that transcends time and reason. Shi Heng Yi's teachings on soul contracts reveal why a cat's arrival can feel so destined. He emphasized that these agreements aren't random, they're purposeful, designed to catalyze growth for both the human and the cat. When a cat enters your life, it's often there to spark a transformation, whether you realize it or not. The changes might be subtle at first, a shift in perspective, a newfound clarity, or the courage to make a tough decision. Shi Heng Yi taught that these shifts happen because the cat's energy aligns with yours, creating a resonance that nudges you toward your soul's path. This connection often manifests in moments of crisis or transition. Shi Heng Yi explained that major life changes, like losing a loved one, changing careers, or starting a spiritual journey, open your energy field, making it more receptive to a cat's influence. Their presence acts like a catalyst, amplifying spiritual energies that help you navigate these shifts. In one teaching, he shared the story of a man facing a career crossroads. A stray cat appeared and refused to leave. Soon after, the man found clarity through vivid dreams and intuitive nudges, which Shi Heng Yi attributed to the cat channeling spiritual guidance to align him with his purpose. Cats also serve as mirrors for your inner world. Their behaviors, like staring at empty spaces or reacting to unseen movements, can reflect energies you're projecting without realizing. Shi Heng Yi suggested these actions often point to thought forms or emotional patterns swirling around you. By observing your cat, you might gain insight into your own energetic state. For example, a cat fixating on a specific spot in your home could be highlighting an area where energy feels heavy or stagnant, prompting you to address it. Shi Heng Yi also described cats as guardians of etheric gateways, points in space where the physical and spiritual realms overlap. These spots, he taught, act like natural portals, and cats are drawn to them to regulate the energy flow. That's why your cat might insist on sleeping in a seemingly random corner or on a chair that's not particularly cozy. They're not just lounging, they're balancing the energetic currents in your space. This role as guardians explains why cats often seem so deliberate in their movements and choices. For those developing psychic or intuitive abilities, cats are invaluable allies. Shi Heng Yi noted that their grounding energy helps stabilize the disorienting shifts that come with awakening perception. If you've ever felt a sudden surge of intuition or sensitivity, a cat's presence can keep you anchored, preventing overwhelm. Many report a cat entering their life just as these abilities began to emerge, acting as a guide through uncharted spiritual territory. Shi Heng Yi saw this as part of their soul contract, helping you integrate new layers of awareness. In dreams, cats play a similar role. Shi Heng Yi taught that their energy stabilizes your subtle bodies during sleep, allowing clearer access to spiritual messages. If your dreams become more vivid or insightful when your cat is near, it's likely their influence at work. They create a safe energetic space for your soul to explore higher realms, bringing back guidance you might not access otherwise. This subtle support underscores their role as spiritual messengers, bridging the gap between the seen and unseen. Ultimately, Shi Heng Yi believed that a cat's choice to join your life is a sacred act. It's not about chance, it's about fulfilling a soul-level agreement to walk together, heal together, and grow together. Their presence is a reminder that the universe works in mysterious ways, aligning energies and souls to support each other's journeys. Shi Heng Yi's teachings on cats emphasize their role as spiritual partners, bound to us through soul contracts that transcend lifetimes. These agreements, he explained, are made before incarnation, where souls, human and feline, promise to meet at pivotal moments to serve as catalysts, healers, or teachers. The instant connection you feel with a cat that chooses you isn't random, it's a recognition rooted in the superconscious, a level of awareness that holds the memory of these pre-birth pacts. Even if you've never been a cat person, that inexplicable pull toward a specific feline often stems from a promise made long ago. In one of Shi Heng Yi's stories, a woman who had never cared for cats found herself drawn to a stray that appeared during a time of deep uncertainty. He explained that their bond was forged lifetimes earlier, when the cat's spirit had offered her comfort during a period of loss. In this life, the cat's role was to guide her toward emotional healing and spiritual clarity, while the woman provided the cat with a safe space to fulfill its own soul's journey. These contracts, Shi Heng Yi taught, often unfold gradually, their full purpose revealing itself over months or years as the relationship deepens. Cats, he believed, sometimes carry energetic imprints from past lives shared with their humans, helping resolve unfinished spiritual business. Their presence can trigger memories, insights, or emotional releases tied to old wounds or karmic patterns. For some, a cat's arrival sparks profound psychological shifts, unlocking parts of the psyche that were previously inaccessible. Shi Heng Yi described how a cat's energy acts like a key, helping you reclaim lost fragments of your soul or heal traumas carried across lifetimes. In certain cases, cats take on even heavier roles. Shi Heng Yi taught that some agree to process aspects of a human's karmic burden, absorbing energies too intense for the person to handle. This might explain why some cats develop illnesses that mirror their owner's struggles. They're transmuting those energies through their own bodies. This sacrificial act reflects the depth of their commitment, a testament to the sacred bond formed before either soul entered physical form. The moment a cat chooses you often feels like a spark of destiny. Shi Heng Yi described this as a superconscious recognition, where your soul knows the cat's purpose even if your mind doesn't. People describe it as an instant, undeniable connection, a knowing that defies logic or practical considerations. Whether you're ready for it or not, the cat's arrival marks the start of a shared journey, one that might shift your life in unexpected ways. Shi Heng Yi encouraged us to honor these connections by paying attention to our cat's behaviors and presence. Their stares into empty spaces, sudden alertness, or choice of sleeping spots are more than quirks, they're interactions with energies and realms we can't see. By observing them, we can learn about our own energy, our home's spiritual landscape, and the unseen forces guiding us. Cats, in his view, are not just companions but spiritual allies, here to help us navigate the mysteries of existence. When a cat chooses you, it's a call to trust the deeper currents of life. Shi Heng Yi taught that these moments are orchestrated by the universe, aligning souls for mutual growth. Whether they're healing your energy, guiding your dreams, or awakening your spirit, cats are far more than pets. They're partners in a cosmic dance, fulfilling promises made across time to help you become who you're meant to be.